Hello everyone, I am Tacet, and today I'm going to be going over the best teams to use in version 2.05 of Gems of War on PS4 and Xbox One. I will be doing this on PC, but I will be going over the teams and builds as if it was version 2.05. So the main things that you guys just got are Leonis Empire and Glacial Peaks, both of which have a very good legendary. Glacial Peaks has Queen Mab as well as Borealis, but only Queen Mab is really good. As well as Leonis Empire having Emperor Corvette, both of which have a lot of teams that can be built with them. You guys also got the web and stun mechanic. The stun mechanics prevents any troops from being able to use their traits, and the web mechanic basically acts as entangle, and for its duration, any troop that is webbed cannot use or has zero magic for its duration. You guys also got quite a few mythics. I will not be showing any mythics in this video as most of you probably do not have it. Plus, I've already done other videos on it, but we're going to go over 5 teams right here now as basically the best 5 teams that you can be using on either PS4 or Xbox One right now. These teams are also applicable if you are on the PC and mobile version, but these are all centered around using the troops that the consoles have just been able to obtain. So right here, we're using 2 of the newer ones, Corvette and Queen Mab. This is one of the strongest combos with them. Normally, you would use either of them, Corvette or Queen Mab, with a Valkyrie, and of course, if you put both of them in the same team, then you'll be able to utilize that even more with the Valkyrie. You can even see our opponent is doing the exact same thing, using both Valkyrie with both Emperor Corvette and Queen Mab. We're using a Mercy here so we can easily get up our Valkyrie, as well as for some healing and cleansing. And we have our banner set to red-blue, red to be able to get our Valkyrie up quicker, and blue because we have 3 things using blue that are going to need it to be able to get up quicker. So let's get into this. Ideally, from the very first turn, we would want to use a Valkyrie, or a Mercy cast, if you have her empowered, to be able to get your Valkyrie up in 1 turn. Unfortunately, there is no extra turn, so we might not be able to do that. We are going to bait out the skulls. So I'm just double checking. Yeah, we definitely won't get an extra turn here, but I'm still going to do it because he'll bait out those skulls right there. He'll just waste his turn taking those, and then we'll be able to get a nice Valkyrie cast off this turn right here. So we'll use it to take out the yellow. We can just get Valkyrie up off of red, so it's okay if we convert out one of her colors. It's not too big a deal. We'll let him take out the skulls right there. And we'll be able to start using Corvette. Corvette both stuns, does true damage, and mana drains. It's quite a bit for 14 mana. Does that to 2 opponents as well, not just 1. It's kind of like a Knight Coronet, except for late game with how good it is. So we'll take red right there because we have our banner set to +1 red. We already got it up, so all we'll need now is a red or yellow match to be able to get it all the way to full. So we'll take that, get up both Corvette and our Valkyrie. The Corvette will be able to get a double kill right there before he is able to do anything. We'll just take that to get out of the way. The skulls will be there. He'll waste his turn on it. Next turn, we'll get a double kill off of that. Then we could just use Valkyrie and just rinse and repeat the cycle until you win the match. And pretty much every single match that you do this for, you will be getting the max capacity of souls through your Valkyrie. Of course, mine has a little bit higher magic than yours might, but after a few casts, you should still be able to get your amount of souls per match up to the max capacity of 40 plus whatever bonuses you may have. So right there, we actually get our first Queen Mab cast. We haven't really been able to do anything with her. Her ability, Mana Burns all enemies. Mana Burn, I believe, is also a new mechanic that you guys did not have previously. What Mana Burn does is it does damage based on whatever it hits, based on the amount of mana they have, plus whatever the caster's magic is. So if we were to cast this right now, it would do 31 damage to the Valkyrie right there. 6 because it has 6 mana, and 25 because of our magic. It would actually do 1 more than that, because if you have her second trait, she has Arcane, which gains 1 magic every single time any ally casts a spell, including herself. So if we were to cast this, this would actually raise her magic by 1, and then she'd do 1 additional damage based on that. So right here, she also gains an extra turn whenever there are 13 or more blue gems on the board, which is also why a Valkyrie is pretty important on this team, since it will be helping her to be able to get extra turns as well. So right here, we'll just get Valkyrie up with our Mercy. And all we really need to do now is convert anything, and that should be the match. All we need to do is cast Corvash. We can even do a Queen Mab right now if we really wanted to. Not needed, but there we go. There's the Queen Mab. And then we can just take it out with the Corvash with the true damage through the armor. And of course, Valkyrie right there will be giving us the max souls per the match, which is 40 plus all bonuses, which gave us 110. And let's go to the other 4 teams now. I'll try to show as many things with these, covering as much as I can with all of the new content that just came in. As you can see, he's using the same exact team we were just using, except with a Draculus, which I don't believe you guys have yet. You guys got quite a few mythics. I don't think you got him yet, though. He's pretty much just a bat. Nothing really too special about him in that regard. But anyways, we have the very annoying Corvash Manticore combo. Corvash with Manticore is an insanely overused combo. And with this, we're also using Amara and Spirit Fox. What's really good about this is they both have the stealthy trait. So they'll either have to cast on the very tanky Emperor Corvash with his stone skin and high stats, or they're going to have to cast on a Manticore, which has impervious and a little bit of extra HP too from its ability. So we do have our banner set to red-purple. The main reason for this is to be able to get Amara up. Amara is a very, very strong troop. She does true damage to a troop, steals 2 magic from them, and does double to them if they use blue magic. This is very important because Valkyrie is currently on consoles the only troop you guys have that can generate a lot of souls. Eventually, Dragon Soul comes in, but as of your current version stands, you guys only have Valkyrie for it. So Valkyrie, of course, is really good with blue troops. As you can see, he's using 3 blue troops right here. Mercy, which is blue, Draculus, and Emperor Corvash. So we will be able to do 2 times damage to any of them with blue. And that's 44 damage, and that's enough to one-shot any of them, except Mercy. So, and of course Valkyrie won't, but you know, any of the 2 main blue ones. So that's going to be really, really good for us. So right off the bat, we have 2 stuns that we can use if you have them empowered, or not stuns, drains I mean. They both do a 7 mana drain. If we wanted stun, Manticore does stun as well, but I think I'm going to be starting it off with this first, just to be able to remove the yellows. We don't really need the yellows too much with this team. The only thing we'd really use it for is to be able to get Manticore up, and since he already has all of his mana, we don't really need it right now. So we'll bait out some skulls. We do have stone skin, of course, on our Corvash, so we can let him take skulls as he wants. It won't really be any threat to us. We'll just let him waste turns like that. And right there, we get some nice amount of blues. We do not have a Valkyrie or something in this team, which is one small disadvantage of it, so we won't actually be getting soul farm from using this team, but it's still very, very effective. As you can see, right here, we're actually just going to go straight for a one-shot kill right there on the Draculus. Might have actually should have done that on Corvash, so we didn't have to deal with this tank. But we can just keep stunning him, and it won't really be a nuisance at all. Actually, I'm going to be stunning it slightly differently. We're going to use the Manticore on it. Manticore, of course, can stun as well. I keep saying stun whenever I mean drain, but he drains and stuns. We're using the stun right here to take out his stone skin. Now, if we were to do skull damage to him, we would be doing the full skull amount instead of the reduced 50%. And if I ever get a skull, I could actually show that. So we'll take red right there. We didn't get the surge, so we can't actually kill the Corvash. Let's see. Will he give us skulls or mana? No, he will not. So let's use this. And actually, I'll hold it for a moment. We'll just take yellows to get a surge on it. He got unstunned, so we won't be able to do skulls like I was going to. But we can stun him out with the Spirit Fox, which I believe is also new for you guys. I don't know if you guys had Spirit Fox or not yet. You guys better have Spirit Fox now. I'm showing the team. I assume you guys have Spirit Fox, because I know you guys got a lot of event troops put into the drop pool too, like Lava Elemental and a few others. I'm just not sure what the full list is. Just kind of guesstimating what it is based on what I've heard from a couple of people. So right here, we are going to go for the mana drain on Mercy. If I'm not mistaken, we haven't let him cast a single spell yet this entire match, which is really good. We'll use this right here just to get our double hit in. We can now kill either of them with Amara. And we'll take some mana real quick before we do that, though. And probably take some skulls as well. So we'll take it right there, get a bunch of mana off it. A lot of mana off it, and double skulls. And now we can just kill it with Amara, and that is the match. And of course, she does get stronger as she keeps casting. She is stealing 2 magic every single time she casts, which isn't a huge amount, but it is potentially 4 extra damage every single time if she is targeting a blue troop. So that can start adding up after a few casts, which is why we set our banner to red-purple to be able to get her up quicker. So, Defs, you guys definitely have Def, I know that much. Def is definitely a very, very annoying troop, and hopefully we will be able to take it out with this. You guys currently don't have any of the good hard counters to it. Eventually you guys will be, but I'm pretty sure you won't really be seeing any Defs around, since most people either don't have the drop yet, or don't have the trait stones to be able to get it up, even if they do have the drop. But what Def does, that you guys do have Def though. So what it does is it Def marks all enemies, deals damage on them, and does split damage boosted by its amount of HP. And this can be very annoying, mostly because of the Def marks that it places on. It has a 10% chance on every single turn to be able to kill, which is also something that has changed. I believe you guys on consoles have got the official Def mark change. It used to have a 2-turn delay. Now it has a 0-turn delay. It has that 10% chance to kill every single turn from the very first turn, which makes it extremely dangerous. And it also steals 2 life every single turn from your elite troop. And since he has 2 of them, we'll be losing 4 life every single turn. So we have to be very careful about that, because if we don't watch that, we will lose our Vinoxia, which is one of the main things that keeps this current team going. Ideally, we want to use Lady or an Aerial, just keep looping. Get up our Valkyrie right here so we can actually get some blue mana going. He'll take some skulls. Ooh, he does get a lot of yellow. Luckily, I don't believe he uses yellow anywhere on his team, so that will be good. Right here, we can take out reds, get a bunch of blue mana. We need a lot of blue mana to keep this team operational. The whole premise of this team is to keep the board completely filled with greens and blues and just keep looping over and over again between Lady or Nariel, which you guys on console just got literally this week as your event. I believe it's actually your event right now. As well as just looping between Lady or Nariel and the Miasma of the Vinoxia. So we'll just keep doing this until we pretty much miss. We'll be getting a lot of HP. We'll be getting a lot of attack on our Vinoxia. And whenever there is enough on the board, we can just use our Queen Mab and get a free cast without even wasting a turn. All we would have to do is count out 13 blue gems just to make sure there's 13, and we'd be good to go on that. I don't believe there is, but we can count real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, we're a little bit short. So we'll just use something like a Vinoxia cast right here, and hopefully the board will go in a way that we can actually get it. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yep, there's enough, and I believe I even skipped one. So we can just get the Queen Mab cast for free and just keep looping this over and over and over again until you miss like that, and then the AI just takes everything. Luckily, you will be getting a lot of freezes down, so as long as they don't have Insulated, which is immunity to freeze, or Impervious, which also has immunity to freeze, you'll be able to loop pretty well on them. So right here, we're going to help for a yellow surge. We get it. Really good. We also get Vinoxia up. Wasn't even intending to do that, but we get it. That's fine. Spirit Fox is going to take out one of them. Doesn't matter, though. Whatever one it doesn't, we'll just be able to keep casting. Take the free purples. And just keep casting Miasma. We'll just keep ticking down their HP between the poison and the fact that it does 2 damage every single time. Of course it lives with 1 HP. Why wouldn't it? So I'm not taking those greens deliberately, just so we have a higher chance to be able to get an extra turn from all these drops. Similar to why I'm not taking those blues. Also, that looks like enough blues. Let's just confirm so we don't waste an entire turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I already lost count. Wow, I cannot count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Exactly enough, which is really good. We'll be able to use that for free with taking the extra turn. I am taking the blue right there just to play it safe in case we do miss, just so we have the extra blue. We'll use that, and we get the green turn anyway, so it doesn't even matter. Really good there then. And of course, this is what you do. You just keep looping it over and over again. Works very, very well. You'll get max souls per match because of the Valkyrie being able to farm for you. Of course, you do not want to use your Valkyrie on on green if you can help it, because that will just reduce your chance greatly of being able to get an extra turn on your Vinoxia. And you can see our Vinoxia, 112 attack. Our HP is over 100 on everything other than our Vinoxia, which has been tanking for us, even though it doesn't have any tanking traits. And our Queen Mab here, because of her arcane trait, keeps getting 1 magic every single time we cast. She's already doing 32 damage to all of them. Soon to be 33 as soon as it casts. So very, very powerful. We'll use this. Every single time we do, we're just getting our Queen Mab even higher. I don't believe we got an extra turn there. Nope. But we're getting pretty close to this. All we really need to do now is tick down their HP a little bit more. We're just nudging it down so we can get it down with a single Queen Mab cast, if it would ever let me do one. I believe that's 13. I'm not going to bother counting. It looks definitely like enough. And all we need to do now is do any damage to it, and that is the match. And if I'm not mistaken, this match again, we went pretty much with it casting no times. I believe all it got off with a single Spirit Fox, maybe like once or twice. And that was pretty much it. It didn't really get anything dangerous off. Like, a Death Cast can be pretty dangerous if you don't have a cleanse. And this team does not have a cleanse. But we were able to dodge it. We were able to get, like, over 100 HP on everything on our team. A Vinoxia with 153 attack. Our Queen Mab in the 30s in her magic. So, very, very powerful. And we still have 2 more teams to show. Next up, we have... we're up against another death. This one will probably be in a more dangerous format, which is going to be unfortunate. Yep. Oh, that is one of the hardest teams right now. And you guys can build this too on consoles if you have a Def. Gorgulfa, Manticore, Emperor, Corvash, Def. Definitely a very, very, very strong team. Right here, I was going to show the Assassin class with this. Actually, we have 2 teams using the Assassin class. I am going to use this one first. Mostly so we can show off how powerful this new Manticore that you just got out. It's the only troop in the entire game that has both Empowered and Impervious, and you're about to see how ridiculously overpowered that is, especially the fact that it has Drain, it has Stun, and it has gained Attack. So there is so much utility that you can do with this, and we're going to have a lot of fun this match. We're also using right now the new Assassin class that you guys just unlocked as well on consoles. The main reason for this is the Assassin class has a, once fully traded, has a 10% chance to kill the last enemy every single time you take skulls. If you get a skull spam, you'll have an even higher chance for that. One thing to note with skull spamming is that if you get like a big bunch of skulls, it will only trigger about once. But if you get a bunch of separate pairs from your skull spam, like a 3, a 3, and a 4, it'll trigger per instance. So if your skulls are more sparse around when you do the skull spam, you'll have a higher chance of being able to get the Assassinate to trigger. And it is not immune to Impervious, so it is very strong in that regard since there isn't really any way to counter it whatsoever. So we're going to take skulls right here. I did that against our Gorgulfa, mostly hoping that we could get the Assassinate. But now that he's wasting that, he wasted on the hero, oddly. We're actually going to do, or we'll take these purple real quick, and we're actually going to use our stun on the Gorgulfa. This might seem a little weird given that it doesn't have any, oh come on, really 1 mana short. This might seem a little bit weird because it doesn't really have any mana right now, but the main reason we're doing this is for the stun. Now he won't have the Granite Skin, which is that 75% skull reduction, so we won't have to deal with that at all. We get our Bone Dragon up, and now that he doesn't have his Granite Skin anymore, we're going to easily be able to kill it with the skull spam right here. And we use it on the next troop up. I didn't use it on something with a higher armor just so we can kill out the next troop like we're doing right now, as well as still leaving targets for us to be able to skull spam later on. So we're going to take the skull. He'll take that one most likely, and then give us free reds. Yep. Which is enough to cast our Crude Club if we want. I'm using Crude Club mostly because it's the cheapest mana cost weapon in the game. It's also, the Assassin class is also red based, so you are getting 5 extra magic if you have a fully leveled up Assassin class. So we'll just mainly focus on browns and purples right now. Try getting another Bone Dragon cast because our next Bone Dragon cast should be the match. We'll just keep holding on to our stuns as we need it. Take the purples right there. We are 1 match away from being able to take it. If any of them get a little bit close to being able to cast, all we need to do to be able to stop it is just use a Manticore on it, and we're good to go. There we go. We have our Bone Dragon up. If we really wanted to, we can use, or I think I will do it, we can use our Manticore right here to stun it out, where this is going to reduce or take out his stone skin. So now we don't have to deal with his 50% skull reduction. We'll be able to just kill right through it without any worry of it. We'll use it on the Def now, and this should be the match. Of course, in both of these videos, for both the console and the and the PC mobile version, I have not been able to get Assassinate to trigger. It just doesn't want... There we go, finally. There's Assassinate. What it does is just instantly kill it. You can see because it ended up bouncing there before we actually reached it. But Assassinate is very powerful if it will ever trigger for you. Sometimes it feels like it never does. When it does, it is absolutely lethal. And there's no way to stop it. Not even Impervious stops it. So very, very powerful. So now let's do our one last team. The one that we end up skipping, the number 4 one. The main reason I just didn't want to have to deal with the Death plus Gorgotha combo with this particular team. With this team, we're using the Assassin class again with the really powerful triple combo of Inferno King, Mercy, and Shegra. One other thing that you can do with this team, if you would prefer, which I think I'm going to do because we are up against a Gorgotha, instead of using the Assassin class with the Crude Club or the Assassin class with anything, you can just use a Manticore in there instead. Probably be a lot easier for you to, for most of you to obtain. Then all you really need is a fully traded Mercy to get this team operational. So let's get into this one then. We'll be able to stun out the Gorgotha to be able to do a lot of skull damage to it, and then we'll have the Inferno King and Shegra, which we will be using for our skull spam. You can set this banner to double yellow as well, as if you would prefer. I tend to play this team on brown red. The main reason is sometimes there isn't enough board that you can actually use to align up all of your abilities like Inferno King and everything. And Shegra can cast even if the board doesn't have alignment, which is why I like with this team just to be able to have his ability up a bit more. So right here, we will not be able to do anything with the Shegra. Skulls, I don't know if I really want to take either. Not really much anything that we can do right here. So we'll take that. We'll take the brown. We'll take the yellow. Just start getting a bit of mana as he wastes his turn on the skulls. So right before we use any form of skull spam, even though he doesn't have a single drop of mana, we will want to use the Manticore on it just to get rid of that granite skin. We definitely do not want that triggering. So right here, there is no guaranteed area, but I will risk a Shegra right here, and we should get it. If we don't, I think we lost. But if we do, this is such an easy win. Let's see. We didn't get an extra turn, but that was definitely enough damage to kill the Gorgotha by a mile. So that was at least good in that regard. Right here, we'll take brown so we can take that skull. Of course, Manticore has a very high attack because he got it from the cast right there. We'll be able to, every single time he casts, he's getting a lot of attack. It's based on his magic, or 1 plus whatever his magic is how much attack he gains per cast. I'm still trying to get Mercy alignment. The board is not being nice to us. So we'll just take the skull there and just keep plowing it down with the Manticore. And you just saw right there, the Queen Mab tried to freeze us. But it ended up hitting our Impervious, so it did nothing. We could use Mercy right there and hope for a Surge. Not going to do too much though, so we'll just take brown. I took the brown instead of red, just so we have the red on the board to be able to use for our Shegra right here. Just to make sure we can kill the Queen Mab, and we might even get more out of it. Yep. So we'll use that, and we'll just take another skull, it looks like. I'm actually going to stun it out right here. I'm going to hope it takes the bottom skulls instead of the top skulls. If it does, we're going to get a free turn. There we go, perfect. So we get free turn, we get those yellows. And that should pretty much be the match. All we really need to do now is use Mercy. First, Mercy will heal it up to make sure it doesn't die to this next skull if it happens to get one. We have Inferno King, which you haven't even touched using yet. I believe you guys already had for Inferno King, right? I don't even recall. I believe you guys only got the kingdoms of... Oh, what are they called? Glacial Peaks and Leonis Empire. I believe you guys already had Blighted Lands, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll use our Inferno King right here, convert all the reds, or all the browns to reds, all the greens to skulls, and the skull will take it out with our barely surviving Manticore. I do prefer using this team with the Assassin class, with Crude Club, but in instances when you're up against something like a Gorgotha, it might be better just to use a Manticore to stun it out. Plus, it's a lot cheaper to get a fully traded Manticore than it is to get a fully traded Assassin class. But anyways, that will do it up for good teams that you can use on the new version that just came out to PS4 and Xbox version of the game. Of course, if you're playing on PC and mobile, as you can see, as I am playing on PC and mobile right now, all of these teams still work very, very well. So you, even if you're not a console player, you can still use these teams. But anyways, if you have any other teams that you really like, feel free to leave them in the comment section below because I am pretty sure others would love to hear it. Anyways, that'll wrap it up for this video. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.